Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday afternoon DOOGER. Sorry, did my computer make a noise? Is that what you guys are talking about that? Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because that means something disconnected. Yes, well, guess we'll find out eventually. Hello, everybody. Just a little bleep bloop. Okay. Okay. If you say so. Just a little bloop. Just a tiny one. Hi, gang. You'll be delighted to know the Pringles can is gone. Enough animals played with it that I finally said, enough! It's gone. I know. The end of an era. What, 3 straight Sunday afternoon DOOGERs with a Pringles can? Life's different now. It's a whole new room. Camera looks different. I might be zoomed in more than normal. Does that feel better? Does that feel less alarming? Yeah, this is post Pringles can, guys. This is the stream. This is how we do it now. Now that the Pringles can is gone. So. Don't you want to see every single pore on my face? Or we could do this. That feels too far. That's too far away. That's too close? We'll split the difference. Hi. What happened to the Pringles can? It's gone. It's living a new life in the skip that we ordered. It's living a new life amongst like-minded individuals, other Pringles cans and the such, you know. Gone but not forgotten. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Doubt? What the heck? Yeah. Whenever somebody makes a went to live on a farm joke, it doesn't land as well here. So I can't do that. I can't say, we sent it to live on a farm. Yeah, we ordered a skip. My father-in-law's doing some home renovation, and so I had said, like, I really need to get into the spirit of spring and throw away a bunch of shit, you know, stuff that I can't give away or sell. And he was like, I'll split a skip with you because I have so much, like, broken tile and shit that I need to throw out. So we were like, great, we'll get a skip. So, we got one, and I have truly gone ham. A skip, like a dumpster, the sort of dumpsters that you can hire to just put outside of your house. So we got a really big one, not like the sort that you see on like hoarders, but big for just like a normal house, you know, because the implication from my in-laws was that they had like broken walls worth of stuff to throw away, right? So I was like, well, we need a lot of space. And it turns out they didn't actually have that much that they needed to throw out. It's all in there already. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to just fill the rest up. And the spirit of spring, baby, the spirit of spring truly took over. And I have gone absolutely ham. I've gone so hard. We have a real issue with paper, with old craft projects, with just stuff like that. It's hard in a house with 2 very crafty people, my daughter and I, My kid has like anywhere from 5 to 10 projects going on at the same time, all the time, right? And then it just turns into, okay, we've moved on to a new thing. She intends to come back to this. Where do I put this for now? And I finally, there's a thing that happens with pack rats, which is what I like consider myself. I'm not a hoarder, but I am a pack rat. I'm a step down, right? My house is safe. My house is clean, but there are piles. There are doom piles, as we call them in our house, right? So, there's a thing that happens with pack rats where a pile will exist for a certain amount of time undisturbed, unseen, I would dare say. And then suddenly your third eye pops wide open and you're like, what the fuck is this? Why has this been here for so long? What is this? I found like bags that just had random like things that my kid had colored or drawn, worksheets from preschool that were just still in our house. And I was like, why? I don't have anything against keeping cute things that a child made throughout their life. This was different. This was bags of just like, well, I don't want to get rid of it because she might still want to work on it. And then I forgot it existed, right? So we finally hit the threshold now where there's stuff that I can look at and be like, oh, she doesn't remember this is real. She doesn't remember this exists, right? Like, throw it away. Oh my God. It's been amazing. It's been so great. The pile exists for so long that it lives there forever. And then suddenly, what is it? Who put it there? How did it even get there? Yeah. Yes. It's been amazing. So, it got to the point where we had essentially a doom room in our house. The room that basically we have a 4-bedroom house. One room is Clark, one room is a guest room, and then us. And then I was going to work out of the last room. And then we realized that we should just use an outbuilding, right? Like a building that's literally right next to the house, but not the house proper. And that way everything's separate. So, so this room, we were like, oh, well, we've got like tons of books and games and things. We'll just turn that room into like a little lounge craft room sort of thing. And it slowly turned into the doom room. It slowly turned into well, nobody lives in this room. Nobody needs to use this room. So if we don't know what to do with something, it goes in the doom room, right? And I just fucking went so hard in there. I got rid of so much shit. I got rid of so much shit. Feels amazing. Feels amazing. Still doom room, I would say. I don't want to say doom room no longer, but like I would venture to say what was once 100% doom room is now maybe like there's like 10% doom left. I went hard. I de-doomed, yeah. I de-doomed really hard. So it feels good. One of the things that made me really want to do this, aside from the spirit of spring, one of the things that really made me want to do this is my child finally realizing that her room is cold and cramped and weird, as we told her when we moved in, and she insisted on having the cold, cramped room. We kept trying to get her to go into what is the doom room right now, because it was a bigger room and she lives in the house and she would be using it every day. And we were like, clearly you should have the bigger room out of the 3 rooms that are left. She didn't want it, and that's fine. Maybe she felt safer in the smaller room. I don't know what it is. But now we've lived in this house for 2 years. Hi, Summer. We lived in this house for 2 years, and she's suddenly like, wait, I could have been in this room? I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah. So now she's asking if she can move into that room, which I'm fine with. But it means I have to de-doom it. I had to de-doom it. It's been 2 years, Summer. It's crazy. Yeah. Here's the thing that I love about this, though, okay? The Doom Room doesn't really have anything in it, which means this terrible, awful, gross carpet that I hate can get ripped out of there and replaced with whatever carpet Clark wants in her room. Because we were talking about putting carpet in her current room. I don't want to hear anybody like, ew, carpet. I hate carpet. I don't give a shit. I love carpet. We were going to put carpet in her current room, but I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to take everything out of that room. We're going to have to take everything out of that room. God. But if she's swapping rooms, all of her shit can just stay in that room until we transfer. So what if there's a nice floor under there? I've seen what's under the carpet in the other rooms, and I don't have high hopes. I gotta tell you. I don't have high hopes for the floor underneath this carpet. Yeah. Her room currently is the hardwood floor. And I think it contributes to the freezing. I think it contributes to the, yikes, I'm cold, you know. Clark is about to turn 7. She'll be 7 end of April. If I meant something mobile, I would say rug. If you say rug, you mean like a carpet that can be moved around, right? If you say carpet, you mean something that's like nailed into the floor. Yeah. Yeah, dude. She's big now. She reads novels and does math. Like, I don't know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And I'm convinced now. My dad used to tell me this all the time, but obviously I was a kid, so I didn't give a shit. But like, my dad would always say that the second he had kids, it felt like time just like went so much faster. And I completely agree. I only have one, and I'm constantly like, wait, stop. Stop. Hold on, right? It's great. Yeah, full-on person behavior. Exactly. I was talking with Octo. Octo and I had a big like catch-up call the other day. And I was talking about how she's almost 7. And he was like, that's not even like a child anymore. That's like a kid, you know? And I was like, yeah. Yes, absolutely. She's a kid now. Your mug scared me. Boo! This is one of the mugs that I was going to put away now that it's not Halloween, but I just think it's so cute. But it's so cute. I like it. I don't know. Yeah. It's funny. I feel like it's really easy when you are the primary adult in a kid's life. It's really easy to panic about like certain behaviors. Even if you know in your heart that they're normal behaviors, and that they're like certain parts of their brain and certain concepts that they're still like developing an understanding of, right? It's really easy to like, if the kid is doing the same thing for a while, to be like, I don't even know how we're gonna get out of this habit, right? And then they grow, and then they grow, and then they're like, oh, I should be doing this, really. And you're like, yes, yeah, you should. You're looking forward to the teen mood swings? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to every stage with my kid. I'm looking forward to her giving me a bunch of sass and me being like, homie, I think maybe you just need to sleep more. Being like, dude, just go sleep. You can sleep as long as you want. Go sleep, dude. Just go sleep, you know? My dad would wake me up at 6 a.m. every morning, my entire life. Just go sleep. It's gonna feel great. It's gonna be very healing for me to look at my child and go, you can sleep as long as you want, dude. I love you. Hi, Sinvicta. How are you? Every stage is a new adventure. It is. And I've said that before, right? You'll be in a stage where something is so rough, and then you'll move on to the next stage of development, and a new thing is rough, but the thing that was rough before worked itself out somehow, you know? And you're like, oh, okay, I guess now this, right? Good t-shirt. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep, dude. Just sleep. My mom, whenever I was in a bad mood, would be like, let's check. Have you slept? Do you feel like you've gotten enough sleep? Have you eaten something? Have you gone on a walk or played DDR or done some sort of exercise that you enjoy? And it always pissed me off because I'd be like, you can't just boil my feelings down to these 3 problems, okay? And then I would eat something and take a nap and play some DDR and I'd feel better. And I'd be like, that really helped, thank you. We're just complicated houseplants for real. Sometimes, absolutely. What's the best thing about the current stage? She just wants to like chinwag about everything. I love it. She'll be reading something and be like, oh my gosh, mommy, this character just did this thing. Why would they do that? And then we'll talk about it. And it's fun. And then she'll be like, you won't believe what so-and-so did at school today. It was so silly. I'll be like, oh my God, tell me. I love it. It's so fun because before this, I didn't hear a thing about her friends. about what she was thinking about. Like, she talked a lot, but she wouldn't be like, this thing happened at school today, or like, you know, she just didn't want to like decompress any of that with me. And I don't know, I feel like it's a nice sign that she's at the point now where she wants to like talk to me about how her friend annoyed her and how that felt. And she wants to, you know, when she's reading something, she wants to talk to me about what she's reading and what she's thinking about while she's reading. And like, I just think that's nice. I think it's nice. It gives me some insight into how she like perceives stuff, you know? Naps are pretty great. I agree. I used to have a mug that said Nap Queen on it. I think my mom and dad still have it. I think when I moved, I left it with them. I loved that mug so much, but I had joked that it's not accurate anymore because I have to be awake for so many living beings now that I used to be a like full-on cat napper. Like the second it was 4 o'clock, I was like, well, count me out, dude. I'm about to crash, you know? It's harder to do now. Maybe that's one of the next stages I can look forward to, is being able to just go to my kid and be like, homie, I need a nap. I'll see you around. A white dot over Dodger's shoulder. People keep telling me there's a dead pixel. Can you find the dead pixel? I see it and now I can't unsee it. You're welcome. You're welcome. The dead pixel. My old friend. Why would you tell me about that? Somebody was like, I see a thing, and I just wanted to tell them that they're not crazy and that there is a thing somewhere. I can never see it, but whatever. Oh, is it right there? Yeah, it's that. It's on my hand right now. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how to fix that. Ooh, when I put my hands here, everything got so much warmer. I hate cameras, dude. I was so free. We were so footloose and fancy free. Not anymore. Is it a piece of dust on the camera? I don't think so. That? No. No. How's that even happen? I don't know, but I mean, it happens. I mean, is that the lens? That's not the camera, right? Or is a dead pixel a camera issue? If it's a lens issue, that's something I can... It is the camera? Well... Okay, so then we're just gonna have to live with it. It's a Sony camera. Sam bought it for me forever ago. I don't know what it is. All I know is when I look at it, hello. All I know is when I look at it, it says Sony. So can you color it in on your streaming software? I don't know, but if I do, won't it then still show up? It just won't be white. Like if I was like, all right, let's try to make it the same color as like this gray. Anytime I put something here, you would still see the thing, you know? That's what I was wondering, is if there's like a, you know, Photoshop-esque sort of thing that you could do with it to be like, hey, check all of the colors around you and just like pick one, right? Like the bandage tool in Photoshop. Just be like, just pick a color, dude. All of my nieces and nephews on this side of the family are at the house right now. And understandably, Clark and all of my nieces came over because they were like, we were playing football and the ball kept hitting all of us in the head and we were over it. So we're going to come in here and play dollies. I was like, great, sounds good. But just so you know, when I have to work, you all got to get out. You can't stay in here without a grown-up, okay? So when I go to work, you got to leave. And they were all like, got it. So I started pre-show, went in the house, was like, all right, I'm working now. It's time to get out. And they were like, okay. So they all got off the couch and left. And I was like, that was very easy. And I stayed in the kitchen to make myself a coffee. And these little boogers left the house, went all the way around in a circle, and then came back in. And they were like, oh, you're still here. I was like, do I gotta tell your daddies that I said don't be in my house? Do I gotta snitch? Or can you be trusted? And they were like, sorry. So they left. And then they were playing literally right outside of my house. And as I was walking to work, they were like, we're just playing outside. We're not going inside. We're just right here. We're just playing outside. I was like, all right. So I went to my in-laws' house and said, hey, just FYI, I told the girls they're not allowed in my house right now. So lock your doors? No, because then when my daughter is fed up with being around all of her cousins, she has nowhere to escape to. It's her house too. She should be allowed to come back in the house. So I was like, FYI, if you don't see them, they might have snuck back into my house. It's not a huge deal, but like in my mind, it's if something happened, there isn't an adult that would hear it, right? There's enough kids involved that if somebody got hurt, yes, someone could run and get help, but like there wouldn't be an adult in close proximity to just help right away, you know? So, yeah. So I was like, don't go in my house. Don't go in my house. Boogers. Clark has like a hybrid accent. Everyone always asks this. I find that so funny. Clark has a hybrid accent. So her vowel sounds are very American. And because of that, her accent sounds a lot harsher than a lot of the accents that are around here. And when they meet me, they go, oh, she's got an American accent. Keep in mind, to me, she doesn't sound American. I don't think she sounds American. I don't think she sounds explicitly English either. I don't think she, or like, she hasn't absorbed the accent here in this area of England, really. Despite the fact that everyone was like, oh my gosh, once she goes to school and she's around her peers and they all have similar accents, the American accent is going to slowly get like diluted, right? Which again, I'm fine. However she winds up speaking, it's fine, right? I'm not precious about it. But I do, man, the American accent really does not want to let go of this child. It's like her accent has not changed in, I want to say like 3 years. Like she still sounds so different with her vowel sounds specifically, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. Someone was saying, and I don't know if this is true, I haven't looked this up, but someone was saying that typically whatever accent you have at 12 is most likely how you are going to sound for the rest of your life. Right? There are outliers, but like the way that you say things by the time you're 12 years old is mostly how shit's going to be locked in. She calls me mommy. She calls me mommy or mom. Yeah, a little bit transatlantic, I guess. Yeah. It's funny because there are accents out here that have more of that twang, right? So because I can't hear it. I don't hear what everybody else hears. For me, that's just how Clark talks, right? It isn't until somebody's like, oh my gosh, she says that's so American, right? And I'm like, does she? I don't know. I think it could also be a combination of like media. Like she talks to me a lot, right? I've been the primary consistent person to talk to in her life forever, right? But then also she watches American TV shows sometimes. So there might just be like a few different things that are sort of reinforcing certain pronunciations of things, you know? It's the opposite of the Peppa Pig problem where they brought Peppa Pig over to America and suddenly a bunch of kids watching Peppa Pig were saying words in an English way. And everyone was like, what is causing this? And then they decided it was Peppa Pig's fault. So yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Topic change though, kind of. I got to the new war in Warframe. I was really stressing about this because everybody was like, no shot is that going to take you 10 hours. I got there though. I got to the new war. I only had one thing that was kind of like sticky and hard to do, and it was finding the right item to build a thing. But yeah, I did quests. Yes, I needed to get it done, dude. Yes, I did a bunch of story stuff off stream. I had to get it done because they want to sponsor me tomorrow to do the new war. There was no way, no shot was I going to get there in time. No spoilers for Warframe story stuff, by the way. But yesterday I was trying to play and Sam had been like, just tell Clarky that you need to play Warframe for work and she'll occupy herself. And I was like, you say that. You say that. But the way that she interacts with what we're doing is so different. If Sam's playing something, she just leaves him alone. She's like, whatever, daddy's playing a weird thing. If I'm playing something, regardless of what I'm playing, if I'm playing something, she's like, what are you playing? How do you play? Can I try? She needs to be involved, right? And I told him this. I was like, if I play Warframe, she's going to try to play Warframe with me. And I was absolutely right. Now, I would like to give a shout out. This kid figured out how to bullet jump very fast. crazy. She was like, how do you do that? I was like, oh, you press this, and then you hit spacebar. Immediately bullet jumped. I was like, okay, sure. And then I had kind of complained about it a little bit because I was like, I'm so stressed. I have to get to this quest line, and I'm having a really rough time, right? So I just embraced it today. And this morning I was like, honey, I've really got to play this game. If you want to watch, that's totally fine. Some of it is a little scary. Some of it gets a little intense. So, you know, if something does not feel like it's age appropriate, we can close our eyes, whatever. But I'm going to be playing this game, okay? She was like, all right, no problem. Tell me why, this kid got so invested in Warframe. She's so invested. It was really funny. Like, every single quest we did, there's a, well, I guess that's kind of a spoiler. Every single quest we did, she had like an opinion about what she thought was going on. Or she would ask questions about like, wait, wasn't this character doing this? And I was like, yeah, they were. And she's like, oh my gosh, are they a bad guy now? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. It's very cute. Yes, I did a bunch of story quests off stream. I know. I'm very sorry. I loved them, by the way. I know that doesn't make it better. I loved them. The game truly is like, all right, it's gonna get real now. I tweeted about this, but there's a quest line that I did that I felt was such a good, like, it feels like from here on they're doing a really good job of being like, okay, we've established a bunch of lore, so now we can have like really cool isolated stuff that builds on that lore. So cool. We just did the stuff that's right before New War is the quest line with Umbra. I think that's the most spoiler-free way to say it. Holy shit, that stuff was so cool. Really, really neat. I was like, dang, they're popping off now. We missed Umbra. Yeah, because I had to get to New War. Basically, we did a Warframe stream, a sponsored Warframe stream a while ago. And absolute delight. They wanted to sponsor me again. They were like, we loved that first stream you did. It was so fun because you're like a new player. We would love to sponsor you again, but you have to get to the New War. And I was like, okay. And so I had streamed a little bit of it and was like, yeah, they said it should just take me like 10 hours. And chat made me freak the fuck out because they were like, no way. That's going to take so much longer than 10 hours. I was like, what do you mean? So, yeah, now that I'm here, I think I probably could have streamed it. I probably could have just said, all right, we're playing Warframe all day tomorrow, and we would have been fine. But because y'all made me panic so bad, I was like, I have to just constantly play Warframe in order to get. Yeah, I got scared. But it sounds like a lot of the stop gaps, a lot of the things that made people like grind through stuff have either been adjusted or eliminated at this point. Oh, the Umbra stuff with the amp? Yeah. I literally stopped playing to look up whether or not I was doing something wrong because I was like, I don't understand why I'm struggling with this so hard. I didn't have to redo it, but it felt like I was just spinning my wheels and being completely ineffectual. And I was like, I've had to revive twice. I'm going to just pause and make sure that I am doing the right thing. And I was. It was just taking forever. Because, yeah, I just had a basic amp to do it with, but that's okay. Chains of Harrow is the quest that was horror-esque. It's one of the reasons we originally suggested the game. I thought so. Because if you all remember, the reason I started playing Warframe is because Jesse was like, I want you to play a horror looter shooter. What was the third one? There were like 3 genres that he wanted me to combine. And MMO, that's what it was. And chat was like, you should do Warframe. Technically, there's stuff later on that feels horror-y. And once I got into Chains of Harrow, I was like, this has got to be what chat was talking about. Because it's definitely, I think, the first thing that I've done in Warframe that's been like, oh my God, you know? I think Jesse would love the lore too. I don't think he would like the gameplay. I don't think he'd enjoy playing it is the issue, right? This is why I watch other people play games. I also overhauled. Oh shit! I can't say that. That's a spoiler. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I overhauled a thing in the game that I had just hit random on because I wanted to just keep going in the story, and I had hit random. This is as like vague as I can put it. I had just hit random and like moved on, and I kept being like, oh my God, chat, can I change this? And chat said yes. So I changed it and I'm much happier with it now. That's so vague. But when we're playing tomorrow, you'll know what I'm talking about. Jesse and I keep talking about finishing the new Life is Strange. It feels like every time I go to him and be like, hey, I have these days free to play Life is Strange, they're not days that work for him or vice versa. So it's nice to make it look nicer because you look at it a lot. Yes. Way more than I expected. I've gotten into potionomics on my Steam Deck. I don't know how I'm supposed to balance romancing all these characters and running a successful potion shop. Dude, the initial reason why I stopped playing potionomics was because I was like, I just want to kiss this non-binary icon and it keeps making me care about my business. It's driving me crazy. Just let me date somebody and then do the business stuff later. What's the next quest you're doing? I'm up to the new war, which is where they wanted me to be for the sponsored stream. So. Yes, they've changed that now. But I'm saying when it first came out, I was like, why am I timed? Why is everything timed? Anytime I try to go on a date, I feel like I'm wasting valuable business time, and I don't like that. So sponsored section will most likely be starting at noon GMT. So noon England time, whatever that is for you. Did you do the new war prelude? I don't know. All I know is in my quest thing, it says the new war is my next quest. So I haven't clicked it. If you mean the thing that's like 3 sort of like story tableaus, I did do that. And it looks like you can redo those. Possibly. So, maybe before we jump into New War, we can watch those just to sort of like give ourselves the baseline going into the New War. Ad break now! Summer. The only business I want to be in is the business of kissing. That's what I'm saying. Well, I don't want to ask any questions right now because I'm specifically trying not to spoil people on the stuff that I've just played or where I'm at in the story. But tomorrow, yeah, maybe because I normally start around 11. So sponsored thing would be happening an hour after my normal start time. So I'll probably do like a here's what I think is going on so far in the story. Here's what I think is happening right now. You know, I think the like important stuff is pretty clear, but there's certain elements and certain characters where I'm like, I might have missed the significance of who this person is or like why they're involved or etc. You know. So oddly enough, something that really helped was Clark asking a bunch of questions while I was playing the quest lines in front of her. Because she'd be like, who's that guy? And I'd go, I think they're this. Oh, yes, Summer. I want to watch Severance so bad. It's done, finally. Dude, Bree, shout out to Bree Bun, friend of the show, but goddamn, her timeline on social media was so dicey. I was like, Bree, don't make me block you for a day, dude, because I will. She was posting like full-on clips from the finale. I was like, stop this. I'm so upset. It's not her fault. We are in control of our own whitelists, okay? We can go in and say, don't show me anything with this hashtag, but I was still like, oh my God. Yeah, I fortunately did not spoil myself on anything. I just saw a character looking dirty. I don't know. And was like, now. What time is normal start time for you? This is super early morning for me. I don't know when things line up. So right now it's 2:00. So I normally start 3 hours before this. Time zones suck, I know. Yeah, clocks change not this weekend, but next weekend. And then I go to America anyway, so whatever. And then I'm flying to America anyway, so who gives a shit? It's springing backwards. Yeah, essentially. What do you mean time change already happened? Not in England. In America it has. Hee hee hee. Yeah, as if daylight savings wasn't annoying enough. We couldn't all just pick a day. We couldn't all agree on a day. I'm glad I found you again. I love your content. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Hi, Jesse. We were just talking about you, dude. I was talking about Warframe, and people in chat were like, Jesse should play Warframe because it's Space Dynasty Warriors with good lore. I'm in it only for the butts. That's beautiful. Ember's a very good Warframe if you like butts. That's true. Are you gonna visit Jesse in LA? I guess. Yeah, of course. No, she won't. What the fuck is your problem? I literally was like, can I stay in an apartment right next to you? There was a good reason why the answer was no, but she'll spend all her time with nerds, geeks, and losers, not me, a cool alpha man. Damn. I heard there's flooding and train problems getting to Jesse's. Yeah. If I go to Los Angeles and get told, I'm so sorry, I'm flooded in, I'll truly know where the pieces lie, dude. Yeah, I'm so sorry I'm snowed in right now. What is that sound? Hopefully not a child trying to get into my office. I don't think so. I think we're okay. Did I tell you guys about the freezer? I have to do it now while Jesse's here, if Jesse's still here, because this will make him want to die inside. I save all my best stories for when Jesse's in chat. So we have a secondary freezer. Why? Just listen. We have a secondary freezer. At some point, someone, I'm going to assume a child. I don't like to make assumptions, but most likely a child, turned the freezer off. I don't know when, but long enough ago that everything in that freezer rotted. Yes. Delightful. So, I had to deal with that. I dealt with that yesterday. And I wanted to die. And I truly wanted to die. But in case you were curious whether or not it could get worse than the potato melting in my pantry, it did. It got so much worse. Was it properly rotted or starting to rot? I don't know that the difference between those two things matters too much. Yeah, this wasn't me. I didn't do this. You could argue that maybe I should have looked in that freezer before now, but the stuff that was in there, I had no reason to like go in to grab in the last like month. And the only reason that I checked it, honestly, was because we were talking about, you know, doing that fucking farm thing. There's a farmer nearby who does, you can like go to him and say like, hey, can we buy half a cow, sort of a thing, and they'll like butcher it up for you and then bring it to you. And I was like, well, we've got that freezer. You know, there isn't really much in it right now, but I'll go through it and, you know, see if anything in there like isn't really good anymore, and we can chuck it, and then we'll have a freezer ready to like have stuff in for everybody to use. And man, I got the surprise of a life. The surprise of my life, dude. Awful. Also, hi, Jenna. At least it wasn't summer. So true. It hadn't really heated up yet. That's very, very true. Did you keep the freezer? Yeah, the freezer's still fine. The food inside was not. But the freezer itself is fine. Is it getting bleached within an inch of its life? Yes. Yes, it is. But aside from that, yeah, there is plenty of space now to go to a farmer and get some meat. So that's good. Bleach it and then burn it. Oh no. Well, yeah, the freezer, because the intention is that everybody on the farm can like go grab what they need and then use it. The freezer won't be in our house anymore. It would be in the garage. So the likelihood of a child just messing around with the freezer is pretty low, because it would be the garage and the kids don't hang out in the garage. So spring cleaning to the extreme. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Doom room getting de-doomed. The Doom fridge getting de-doomed. Crazy. Did they unplug it or something? There's a dial on the outside of the fridge for some reason. There's a dial on the outside of the fridge that goes from 0 to like 10. 10 being as cold as it can go, 0 being off. And they had just gone and walked away, I assume. What awful thing happened to this freezer? A child, who knows which one, there's so many. A child turned the freezer off and all the food in it rotted. So, the freezer UI, yeah. Oh my goodness, Violet Spring, thank you so much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Everybody that was gifted a sub, thank you, thank you. Remember when Krender would come open the fridge and make non-content? Just imagine opening to rotten meat. Oh my god. I hate that. Can you imagine somebody coming over and being like, hey, do you have this? And you being like, oh yeah, not in that freezer, but in that one over there. Thank God I was the first person to open it since it got turned off. I assume, because no one else in my life has been like, bro, What the fuck happened in there? Time to hot glue the dial. Yeah. No one turned this off on pain of death. Oh, Bucky, we know. We had a whole conversation about it. Like how dads stereotypically have control over the thermostat. Mom controls the freezer. Yeah. No one touch this freezer, dude. Pain of death. I had just managed to unsee it. Say hello to our dead pixel. Look at him. He's just a little guy. Aw. He's just a little guy. Look at him. Aw. Aw. All that story told me was that you don't need another freezer. If you didn't notice, you weren't using it enough. Yeah, here's the situation, though. And you can say that your point stands, and that's fine. At the time, we were using it a lot. And then when we moved, we didn't really need to because we had a different freezer, like a different fridge situation. So we had more space. So we weren't using the secondary freezer very much, but not to the point that we were like, we should get rid of this. Because it's a nice chest freezer. So we were like, probably we could do something like what we're just talking about. So we kept it, and we kept a couple things in it. For half a cow. Yeah, exactly. Zingatorix, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. Anyway, Jesse, be proud of me, dude. I got rid of so much shit in the last 2 days, okay? I had an entire room that was a doom room, and it's not a doom room anymore. Say, good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. I de-doomed a lot of shit in my house, all right? I never will. Why the room always changes? This room? This room hasn't changed in like a year, I feel like. I was going through some of my mom's stuff the other day, and in her jewelry box we found either mine or my sister's baby teeth. Dude, I will never understand the baby teeth thing. I too de-doomed a room. I'm proud of you, Telly. Good job. My mom has mine in a silver case. I should just go like fully weird. And make my kid little tooth earrings and be like, here you go. This is definitely what normal people do with their teeth. And then she'll be like, I thought the tooth fairy took these. And I'll be like, fuck. I kept my lizard skull. Is that similar? I love that. I should have kept my lizard skull. I was too distraught. I buried him before I could think about it. yeah. You were really upset that she took them, dude. So I found her and I beat her up and took her teeth. My son kept the tumor they removed from him. I still think it's weird he named it as well. I mean, I guess that's probably cathartic in some way for him. But yeah, I don't know that anybody's going to have something that compares to keeping a tumor. Now that I think about it, keeping the teeth is such a ballsy move. If you tell your kid the tooth fairy took them and then they're just in your house still, it's like asking to be caught. I know. It's dicey. Yeah. There's a lady on TikTok who kept her uterus after it was removed. It's in a big old jar, and I think that's badass. I am so curious what that looks like. How big is... I was imagining, like, a huge thing, but now I'm thinking about my body, and, like... It's probably not that big. I don't know how big a uterus is. I don't like that. Hey guys, what? What is happening? We were talking about keeping like parts of bodies. Jenna was talking about her son keeping his tumor and naming it. And then Telly said that there's a lady that she's seen that kept her uterus when her uterus was removed and keeps it in a jar. So that's what we're talking about. And I was like, I'm trying to imagine how big that jar is, because for some reason in my mind, I'm like, you probably have to keep it in water. Does it inflate? Is there anything to inflate? I don't know enough about, they're not lungs. Like, I don't know how big that would be. So I said I would love to see that. Uterus are usually the size of a clenched fist. The whole shebang. So yeah, that could go in just like a cool jar. A not pregnant uterus can fit in a mug. Okay. A lot of screaming going on outside. Not ideal. Peach has now graduated to us putting our like playpen gate bits up so that she has half of the living room that she can walk around in. She seems much happier. So not purely crate rest, but still not an area she can run in. We got really concerned because there's a part of one of her stitches that she keeps being able to reach, and it's like both of the stitch sites look so clean, and then there's this one spot that's just angry. And I was like, I can't tell if this counts as her, like, is that bad? I can't tell if that's bad. And I'm wondering if we should go to the vet. Fortunately, there was another dog on the property that has had TPLO surgery. So Sam went to his mom and was like, hey, would you take a look at Peach's stitches really quick? And she was like, oh, they're fine. They're fine. That area is just infected, but like, it'll be fine. We're like, okay. She was like, Mabel's looked so much worse than that. And the vet said that it was going to heal fine, and it did. So we're like, all right. She has a cone, and she has what we've lovingly called her jorts, which are like dog trousers. Unfortunately, this fucking dog, no matter what cone we put on her, manages to just elongate her leg enough and scooch her head enough that she can lick the stitches on one leg. The other leg she doesn't seem to be able to reach, but there's one leg where she's figured out the exact position. And so then we got her the jorts, and she's figured out how to like move her leg in just the right way to pull her leg out of them. She's driving me crazy. It's the difference between, like, infected is better than open wound, right? That's what we were worried about. And that's what the vet had told us to be worried about, is like, if they lick it, if they keep licking it, they'll reopen it. So we were like, is this a sign that she's like reopened the wound in some way? But it's just swollen. It's just aggravated, that one small part. And we can deal with that, right? I can send a picture to the vet, but it did make us feel better. Like, okay, so she hasn't undone her stitches, right? That's the issue. If it's infected, it just takes longer to heal. Yeah. So like one leg basically looks healed up. Like it's not red at all. The hair is growing back over it. It looks great. Mwah. Considering it's only been 2 weeks, that's pretty amazing. And then the other one is like beautiful, 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 red, mad, angry. And we were like, how bad is that? So, plus side, she can do physio now. When we bring her in for physio, they can tell us whether or not she can do hydrotherapy, which would also be very good for her, because part of the rehabilitation process after TPLO, one of the things that they look for as a sign that something's fucked up with your dog's legs is they'll feel them to see how the muscle mass is, because they should have a certain amount of muscle mass if they're using the legs properly. But if it feels like the muscle is like really small, it means they're avoiding using it, right? So when she went in, one of the things that they did was feel her leg muscles, and they were like, okay, yeah, both of her legs feel way smaller than they should. So part of rehab after TPLO, and part of the reason that, like, despite the fact that they've just had surgery, you're supposed to like get them walking immediately, is they have to build that muscle back up really gradually, so that by the time they're fully healed and are like actively trying to, because they're dogs, you can't sit them down and be like, hey, so I need you to not run. Can I trust you to just not run? Right? So once like the 2 months goes by, and like for the most part they can start getting back into more of their normal activity, you want them to have built up some of that muscle back up. So yeah, they're like tanks, and then they change the water level depending on the dog, and then they kind of, they're on like a little water treadmill, and some dogs love it and some dogs hate it, and I think Peach will probably love it because she hasn't been allowed to run in 2 weeks. And she's miserable. Every time I take her outside, She's trying to run away from me. All of my upper body strength goes into just keeping her from running. And I was like, I feel so bad. But like, that's literally what my job is right now. It's why she's not allowed doing anything off lead, because she can't be trusted. A lot of the latest research shows muscles and ligaments heal faster and better with constant but easy activity. So there you go. Mother, I must zoom. She certainly wants to. No zooms. No zooms, ma'am. But yeah, she's recovering very well. The fact that our issue right now is that she thinks she's fine, that she is an old farmer going, I'm fine. My legs feel great. I will take that over, you know, pretty much any other scenario. Mr. Bite, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day. First time she's allowed to go zoomies, she'll go nuts. I know that we've been talking about like, how can we gradually do this? We might fence off like a small area that she can like freely walk around in. But yeah, it's the hard part of having just a ton of space outside is she's used to being able to just go out the door and just run. It's great that she wants to, because if it was total agony, I doubt she'd be trying to run. Yes, absolutely. And we have noticed that the days that she fights us more to like try and run, by evening, she's exhausted. You can tell that she's like, all right. All right, I tried to overdo it a little bit here, you know. Is today the last episode? I thought the episode that already came out was the finale. Is there one more? Oh shit. Okay. There's one more next week. Okay. Because we watched... No spoilers, don't worry. We watched the last episode that came out. And to be fair, season 1 did not end in a way where it felt like a satisfying ending to a season. So we were like, I guess that's the end. I guess that's how they're deciding to end it. Okay. Hi, OLG. How are you, buddy? What were the signs that she had TPLO? Favoring one leg over the other. If it seems like they're injuring their leg a lot. She would have like a couple of days at a time where she just literally wouldn't use one of her legs. And when we would take her in to get it checked, it's like pretty obvious because they won't want to use their legs. And when we would take her in to get it checked, at first they took x-rays when this first started happening, and they were like, I think she's just straining herself, right? But then by the time we took her in again to be like, hey, she keeps consistently like injuring these legs, they realized that the tendons were just shot. So it might not be obvious right away that that's the issue, but if it feels like your dog is having like a normal managed amount of exercise but is injuring their legs often, it might be a knee problem. It's worth looking into for sure. Yeah. It's not something, if this eases your mind, it's not something that like, the signs aren't unconcerning, right? We were concerned right away because she just wasn't walking properly and was a very young puppy. And we were like, and with bigger breeds, they tell you to sort of like manage how many minutes at a time they're doing like full on activity, right? Because they can injure themselves very easily. So we had tried to be really careful about how much she was running around and like taking regular breaks and blah blah blah, and she was still injuring herself. So yeah. The sign for meow shroom would be so funny. Meow shroom. My green screen showed up. Did I tell you guys that? So I can film my hands doing stuff. And one of the things that I want to try doing is filming them doing sign language so we can put it on the model. Because we had said, like, it's sad because doing the, like, welcome signs, that when I'm a model, I can't do the signs, right? And so I had said I should just record my hands doing the signs and see how that looks. So I can try that now. Time for real grippers. Yeah. It's going to be blurst. Very blurst. Yeah, I'm excited. So, Tully, I might message you and double check that I like, when I record some stuff, I might double check that things look right to you, since they would be just looped or like used a lot. I would want to make sure that the signs were really clear. Like those cartoons where they have real human mouths and the rest is a cartoon character. A little bit, yeah. I feel like that's more cursed than what we're doing, but maybe not. Honestly, I don't know. We're gonna have to see what it looks like. No, the thing that I realized was I can't record it yet because I need to figure out how to make my hands look like Mushy's hands, which isn't hard, but like the tips of Mushy's fingers are green. So I was like, I need to figure out the best way to do that. Also, the base model has like fingerless black gloves. So like, do I buy fingerless gloves for this? Maybe. It should be. Hold on, let me reset it. Fishing should be working. Okay, it's reset. Okay, there we go. Hi, Matthew. How are you, dude? My fellow mushroom. Live and in person. Just have painted green nails? No. So the fingers from here on are green, and then the nails are black. And then there's gloves. So I could do the thing. Sometimes people make gloves out of nylon. Like they'll buy like nylons, sheer nylons, and then they'll make gloves out of them and then color the tips of the fingers and then put them on, and then it doesn't really look like they're wearing anything unless you're up close. But that way it's consistent every time you need your hands to look a certain way. Sounds like a craft project for Clark. Can confirm green henna exists. Hot dang. One sec. Just realized that the iPad is tracking my face. For what? The mushroom's asleep right now, dude. Oh my god, don't fall. Okay, we're good. IRL Dex, thank you for the raid. If you color them green, won't they disappear with the green screen? Yeah, I had thought about that. I was kind of hoping that, because you change the threshold, don't you? When you key out a color. I don't know. My cool eyebrows? Thank you. Could get a blue screen. I already bought the green screen, dude. Don't do this to me. The issue with trying to do it in post is that some of it's videoed. Like if I'm doing this, doing the signs and stuff. Oh, Rathu, that is a fantastic mushy mug. How cute. That's what I was gonna say is if you color theoried enough, you could make the fingers not green, but a different color, and then key it toward the color that you want it to be. I'd have to think about that though. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to mess around with it. Like, here. I'll show you. I'll show you. Why do I have a picture of Snufkin in my Vtuber folder? It's fine. He's a vibe. What can I say? I don't know. Never mind. Snufkin gives me gender envy. For real, dude. I feel that. No, never mind. I was gonna like zoom in on the hand on the model, but I only have sketches of the hand on the model, which is fine, but like it doesn't tell you anything that I didn't already say. Yeah, my kid was Snufkin for World Book Day, and she keeps wearing the hat all over the house, and it's very cute. Also, for whatever reason, my kid every Halloween just makes an OC. Doesn't choose an existing character. She just like creates a character and makes a costume for a character that she's like concocted, right? And I thought, not that we're anywhere close to Halloween, but she's been talking about Halloween and was like, oh, maybe I'll be this character, maybe I'll be that character. And then yesterday we had a very fun sort of spontaneous activity where she was like, I really want you to draw me, but I want you to draw me with like this hair and this outfit and wearing like these shoes and whatever. So I said, sure, I'll do my best, right? So I drew this character for her and she colored it and she was like, this is what I want to look like for Halloween. I was like, I love that. Fantastic. We've already got the OC sorted for this year. She really wants to start learning how to make clothes. And I haven't sewn clothes properly in a really long time. So I'm like, I need to get my shit together and start like, and remind myself how to make clothes again. Cause I get the feeling this year she's going to be like, I want to make my outfit. And of course it has like so many colors on it. It looks absolutely crazy in the best way, but I was like, this is not something we could buy, right? Like we have to make those. We watched a video a while ago that was one of those like, come with me while I make my child's capsule wardrobe. And they it was a deeply beige video, right? It was this person, they made like, you know, 4 beige and blue t-shirts and 4 beige and blue pairs of trousers or whatever. And I don't remember why we were watching it, but she was like, oh my gosh, this person is just making all of their kids' clothes. I was like, yeah, it sounds like they probably do it seasonally because like they're making just like a few t-shirts, you know, a couple pairs of trousers, a couple pairs of shorts, whatever. And then the kid wears that until they grow out of them. And then they make a new capsule wardrobe, which if you haven't heard that term before is basically like the concept where you have a set of clothes that can all go together that you can mix and match. So you only technically have like a couple of things, but they can all be worn in a variety of ways. So you have infinite outfits is the idea. And she was like, oh my gosh, we should do that for me. I was like, homie, with what skill set? I haven't made clothes in 15 years. Like, bro. I was just talking with my aunt about a sewing refresher. OLG. I know we're already trying to like do a slapdick book club, but like if you ever want to be on a call where we're both trying to figure out how to use our sewing machines, I'm super down for that. Where would you even find the time to make all those clothes? Well, when you think about it, so if there's simple enough patterns and you know what you're doing, that's the thing, is there are a lot of things you can sew really, really fast if you are really familiar with the tools at your disposal, right? So if, say, you're like, I'm going to make 4 of this exact shirt, and I already know how to make this shirt, you just crank those out, right? Make 4 shirts in a couple of hours, maybe. But if you're like me and you're going to be like, oh my God, how do sleeves work again? Do I want to sew the torso pieces together and then do the sleeves? I think so. Fuck, I can't remember, right? If you're there, then it's a lot more time. A call that's all confused silence. Yeah. The faith in you is inspiring. Yeah. This is like when she started asking me to cut her hair. And at first I was like, are you sure? I'm willing to take you to a salon. You don't have to put this much faith in me. But at this point now, I just cut her hair. It's not of my, I didn't want this. I didn't want this. She just wants me to be the one who cuts her hair. And I know that at a certain point, she's going to realize the limits of my skills, right? And be like, I want this haircut. My mom has no idea what the fuck she's doing, so I'm going to go somewhere. But currently, it's fully like, I want bangs. I want my bangs to be a bit shorter, Mom. So I really want a bob. I think I'd like a bob that comes up to here. So what are you going to do about that? It's very sweet. It's very sweet. I don't know at what point she's going to be like, oh no. My mom's just been goofing her way through this whole thing. She does. She trusts me a lot. It's very sweet. No. Her current school has a like natural hair colors rule, which is the same rule that my school had when I was growing up, and I hated it. The school she's at is about to like end. They only go up to a certain point, a certain like year group, and then you have to swap schools. So I don't know what the next school's rule is about that, but knowing England, I assume they're gonna be about the same. I see from childhood pictures what my mother's hair decisions were for me. Needless to say, I'm never trusting my mom's opinion on my hair ever again. I had a full-on like come to Jesus moment with a few friends when Clark was asking for a specific haircut, and I was like, oh my God. I immediately had the reaction of, really? And it was silly. It was like not that big of a deal, but I just didn't want to do it and then have her hate it. And I was talking with my friends about it, and they were like, just give her the haircut, right? Like it's the most harmless haircut ever. I was like, okay. And in the end, she loved it. And it was good for me to experience that feeling, because I think probably all parents do at a certain point. It's whether or not you like pull back enough to be able to be like, I am letting my opinions affect this way too much. Right? Clark is turning 7 in April. Yeah, yeah. So she's going into junior school now. But yeah, I was able to pull back enough to realize, like, I might not be super into this hairstyle that my kid wants, but it follows the school rules and she'd really like it, and it will set the precedent that, like, my opinion on her hair is not as important as her opinion on her own hair, right? So I had to go back to her and be like, I'm really sorry if I made you feel like I thought the hair, like what you want to do with your bangs and whatever, if I made you feel like I thought that was really silly, I just don't want you to hate it. But you know what, fuck it, let's go for it, let's do it. And in the end it was super cute, and I told her so. I was like, you were right, this slaps, it looks great. So, but sometimes that's hard to identify, like, this right here is my opinion and it's poisoning everything. The power of bangs, dude. Yeah. I should have known, though, because when she first wanted her hair shorter, when she wanted a bob, which she still has, a bunch of people were like, be careful, because when kids go from having long hair to suddenly having short hair, even if they say they really want it, sometimes the second it's cut, they cry. Which doesn't mean that they're going to hate it. It just means the change was really alarming to them, right? And the second her hair was cut, she was like, finally. She knows what she wants. I should just believe her. Yeah. Girl, that's me as an adult. I'm still gonna cry after a major haircut no matter what. One of my kid's best friends, I guess, got her hair cut and literally just held on to her cut hair the whole way home because she was so upset about it. And I was like, oh, poor baby. She was fine the next day, but she was so just like, she hated the change, the feeling of the change so much that she was like wouldn't let go of her hair for the rest of the day. The no going back element can be distressing, even if you want the change desperately. Yeah, for sure. And I think sometimes that's what we try to, like, protect kids from, right? Is like, if I do this, we can't undo it. We're cutting hair, right? It will grow back, but I can't undo this right away. So... You and Sam made such a fashion expert. How? Like, seriously. I love it. I love that she's so different from Sam and I. Like, it's one of those, like, truly kids are their own little person from really early on. Clark has always loved clothes. She's always loved putting together outfits. She's always, like, really, you know, cared about how her hair looks and all of these things. And, like, it's not that I don't care what I look like, obviously, but I've never been like a so-called fashionista, right? Never. Sam used to be a model, but never in her life has he like shown much of an interest in like specific clothes. She just loves clothes. And I think that's why it was so fun yesterday for her to be like, take a picture of me, and then I want a picture drawn of me but wearing this outfit. And we literally workshopped the entire outfit. I wish I could show you this page. It was like, she'd be like, okay, I want the bow to look kind of like this. And I'd be like, okay, a bow like this or a bow like this. She's like, okay, I want this sort of bow. And then I want the buttons, but I want ruffles next to the buttons. I'd be like, okay, like this. And she'd be like, no. Different sort of ruffles, right? Like she had such like a clear image in her mind of what this outfit looked like. Yeah, it's fun. Oh my gosh, what time is it? 3 o'clock. Look at us. Hot dog. Yeah, that's it for us. We normally only stream a couple of hours on a Sunday. 3? I know. Crazy. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, gang. Tomorrow, Warframe. Tomorrow we're Warframing. We've got a sponsored section for it. Doing the new war. I made it there. I did it. I know. So that'll be really fun. Summer and I are planning a thing for this week. Deadbeats recordings got moved to Tuesday, so I think Thursday we're gonna try to play something. We've got Sunforged tonight. If you watch Sunforged, OLG is in that. But yeah, this will be my last week here before I go to America. So next Sunday's Sunday afternoon DOOGER will be my last stream here. I'm going to try to do a couple streams while I'm gone. I floated to chat because I keep getting approached for brand deals, but during the time that I'll be gone. And I was like, I don't know how y'all would feel if the only streams I did while I was gone were branded streams. But generally the vibe was hang out with your family and get that bag. So... So I might do a couple streams while we're gone, and they might just be sponsored things. But yeah, I'll have that. Hopefully, I'll try to get the laptop like working properly. But we've got this week, and Sam said he's gonna either take a couple nights off or have a couple nights where he just does shorter stuff. So that we can potentially do some longer streams this week as well. Just title them "This Vacay Ain't Gonna Pay for Itself." Yeah. There we go. Alrighty. Let's say bye-bye, everybody. I'm opening up Raid Leader if anybody wants to snag that. I look so sleepy. I think it's because of the lighting situation in here. This light still is not working. It's all right, though. I'll deal with it. Firestorm, thank you for the 5 years. Happy anniversary. 010, thank you so much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Appreciate the subscription. Pets Play for the 84. Happy 7 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. True Heart for the 110. Ratatosk for the 5 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. A bunch of anniversaries today. Riku Chiki, thank you for the 50. Endeavor for the 94. Jazz Jackrabbit for the 105. Asher Lee for the 103. Holmes Gould for the 44. Kuba the Bear for the 98. Senethil for 1 year. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. Shifty Monk for the 91, Zareth for the 105, Drum, and Olivier, and Violet Spring, and Zingatorix, and Mr. Bite, all of you, thank you so much for the gifted subs today. If you were gifted a sub, make sure you take the time to say thank you. I appreciate it, guys, and welcome to the Cat Gang, anybody who was gifted one. Gimmelresh, thank you for the 121. Flint Whitelock for the 76. Zer for the 123. Death Kid, thank you so much for the 8. Quirtiag, thank you for the 2. Black Dragon for the 86. Some Silent Irony for the 4 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. And that's it. Double Raiders. Not again. Who did it first? Hold on. Slime. All right, let's see. I will give your points back, dial F, but hold on, just in case this person is not live anymore, in which case you will be... Nope, they're literally just starting. Look at us playing Deus Ex. Okay, dial F for Funky. I'm giving your points back. Slime, thank you so much for that. We're gonna go say hi to Distant Cacophony. Go say hi, spread love and joy. If you watch Sunforged, I'll see you tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Take care of yourselves, everybody. Bye-bye.